Greetings, I'm Colin, and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. Today we are going to start Quest 2 of Descent, Legends of the Dark. If you haven't seen the previous two videos, I recommend checking them out. Let's jump in and have some fun. Before we jump into the playthrough, I do want to show you the different characters we're using. So Varix you've seen before. The only new thing we have here is Fate's Embrace. You can see here you can spend an action and attack an enemy, and during that attack you actually get to add 2 successes, and then you have to flip the card. So we'll flip that over, and you can see here during your or another hero's attack you can doom the enemy. Not as good, but still super helpful. We also have our Ironthorn Warbell here that we're going to use. That's going to be the weapon of choice that I'm going to start with. It gives us a crush type, which is good for the combination of characters we're using. Finally, I have the survivor ability here. We can add an additional surge. Next, we have Chance. Chance is one of our new characters. So over on our right-hand side, or I should say left here, before your attack or defense, you must flip a shadow card and add 1 success. So whenever we attack or defend, if we're on this side, we have to watch that. I also have a Surge ability that just adds 2 successes. On the right-hand side, as you can see, 4 movement, 8 health. We roll a blue die for everything. We have +2 to agility and -1 to will. Our skill we'll play with is Careful. We'll start on this side. We can spend 2 fatigue during your defense, add 1 success. After this defense, shift 1. The other side, you can spend an action, swap spaces with another hero within 5 spaces of you, then flip this card. And then next, let's look at our weapon. And I should say I'm going to start on the Careful side, but let's pull out our weapon. And we have the Shadow Gauntlet. So the Shadow Gauntlet is a slash type attack. We can put 2 fatigue on there. During your attack, if you have a shadow card, add 1 success. Love it. Finally, we have Galadin. Galadin is a one that we could have played last time, we didn't. We have Swear Vengeance. Spend 3 fatigue during your turn. Expose an enemy in line of sight. Doesn't even take an action. We also have our Surge ability here. Add 1 success, then you may suffer 1 fatigue to prepare 1 card. And prepare 1 cards means that in a later turn, or even during that turn, we can flip them for free. That card. We have 4 movement, 9 health, roll a blue die for attack, black die for defense. You can see all of our stats here. +1 for might, +1 for agility, but -1 for insight. Our weapon we'll start with is the Bloodwood Bow. It's a pierce type. We can spend 2 fatigue during your attack, add a success, but if the enemy is 3 or more spaces away, it only costs us 1 fatigue instead of 2. We also have our skill, Prowess. We can spend 1 fatigue after we roll our die. If we roll a surge, add 1 success. Super nice. On the other side, we have Flow. We can spend a fatigue. After that, you can flip. After you flip a card, you can focus it. So here we have our minis for them. This is Galadin. I love how he looks. I think Bill did a great job. I love all the detail on here. And then next we have Chance. Chance looks so cool. You know, I love the purple. Purple's one of my favorite colors, and he just looks like an awesome thief cat. So we'll go ahead and put those on the board. So with this, I think I'm going to start off with Galadin. Even though Varix has less movement, I think having Galadin go first, we'll see what he is going to explore. He has a total movement of 4. So we'll move 1, 2, and then for our first action, we're going to interact with that Explore token. We'll jump back to the app, drag it over, and what do we have here? We have you start down the path, hoping that it's the right one. Okay, we'll hit the continue button. Oh, we found 17B and an archway. We'll hit continue, and we have a woman in a brown cloak stirs a bubbling, shimmering soup in a cauldron. She looks up at you as you arrive. Who is it? Who? She pauses in her stirring. Ah, not the neighbors at least. Make yourself at home. I'll need to open the way for you at any rate. We'll place 1 cauldron and 1 exploration token. We'll hit continue here. And then we have the path before you widens into a clearing. Indistinct shapes loom in the shadows ahead. Place your hero on the highlighted space, and we get our action back. So we still have 2 more movement, and we still have 2 actions, because we got the action back from doing that initial interact with that Explore token. We'll place Galadin right here. We have 2 additional movement. We'll move 1, 2 right next to that bubbling cauldron. What did Barrett call it in the last play? I don't know, that was pretty awesome. So now we have to decide, what do we want to do with our 2 actions? I'm thinking of interacting with that cauldron. Let's drag and drop. Whatever was once brewed here, the mixture has split and separated so badly that it is beyond use now. Thankfully, there are some useful materials that can be gained out of the mess. So we've found some bone and some elongated claws. Cool. All right, so after doing that, we'll hit continue. And then for our final action, let's just move one space here and we're going to end our turn. Now, when I play solo, what I do to denote that I've completed a turn is I take the life dial and I'll flip it over to denote that they've done their turn, just in case I forget who's activated, because a lot of things can happen. So going back to here, I think it's time for Varix to go. He's going to check out this other Explorer token. Using 2 out of the 3 of his movement, we'll go to the app, drag and drop. You start down the path, hoping it's the right one. We'll hit that continue button and let's see if we're right. Nope. Soon you are trudging through a knee-high undergrowth. You plant your foot when suddenly you are swept off your feet by a trap. Before you can react, you are dangling upside down in a net hanging from a tree. We have to test our might, which our might is only 6. That's terrible. And if your weapon has slash damage, add 1 success. No, we have crush. We can't crush a net, so that's not going to be good. Let's roll our 2 dice up, and we only have 1, 2, 3 successes, -1. We're actually only down to 2 because we only have 1 surge ability available to us. So we'll jump back to the app. We'll place that we failed. Try as you might, the net is too sturdy for you to easily escape. After what feels like hours hanging upside down, you finally free yourself. We're going to suffer 2 fatigue, and I think I'm going to place that onto my weapon because hopefully I'll be able to get rid of that. But boy, that was... yeah, that wasn't good. So after that, we'll hit the continue button. Your journey in the dark eventually leads you to familiar ground. Place your hero on the highlighted space, then we do gain another action. And yeah, this is embarrassing. We are going to come back to here. We're going to look at Chance and say, don't you dare look at me. Don't give me that look. We have 1 more movement. We'll move here. We'll use one of our 2 actions. We're going to interact with that token there. So we'll jump back to the app. We'll drag. We can see we're going to start down that path. We'll get that action back, and we will reappear on the other board by Galadin. So just similar to what Galadin did. We'll place our mini right here. We now still have 2 actions. So I think we're going to move 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, we can't get next to the old lady. I could do another action here, but I'm actually thinking of not. You know, it doesn't seem to make sense to do that, and instead, I could maybe do a prepare action instead. So let's do a prepare action. We're going to flip our Ironthorn Warbelt because we have the 2 fatigue on there. We might as well flip that over to our Riverwatch Spear. Perfect. Okay, that's going to end Varix's activation. Finally, we have Chance. Chance will take 1 maneuver, then we'll go ahead and interact with that Explorer token. We know what's going to happen. We'll simply hit continue. We'll get that action back, and we'll show up on that same tile as our other friends. No problem. We'll place that mini right here. We still have 3 movement left. We'll move 1, 2, 3. Then we'll have to use our second action to move 1 here, and we will interact with the old lady. I have a feeling that we might know her from the past. Well, we'll see. We'll jump back to that app. We'll drag and drop. There we go. Chance, the woman says fondly. I thought this owlet had left the nest. It's good to see you again, Aunt Osella, Chance says. I'm trying to help my friends deal with... Chance pauses and thinks, to deal with the outlaws we've heard live in the forest. The old woman laughs and nods, catching on. Of course, all the same, I'm happy to see you. So we can choose I brought you something or I don't quite remember how to get home. Here, I gathered these as we walked. Chance digs into his pouch and produces a few large purple mushroom caps. Ah, just what I needed. I was worried I'd have to go forge them myself. Ochella hugs Chance. Let me give you something in return. It might come in handy. She bends to search through a bag, then hands Chance a corked bottle. Ooh, what are we going to find? Oh, we found an invisibility potion. Let's take a look at that. During your turn, you can shift 2. Until the end of this round, you cannot be the target of enemy activations. Nice. Now we'll move back to Chance. I think we have 1 more action, actually. So what we're going to do with that final action is interact with her again. As you approach, we will ask the other question. I don't quite remember how to get home. I don't know the whole way, Ochella says, but I know a piece. Light from the sun points the way of the lone tree. She gazes into the darkened woods. I'll have to open the pathways from here too, which might stir up trouble. Are you ready for that? Of course we're ready for that. Let's hit yes. The old woman nods acknowledgement. She gazes into the darkened trees and lets out 3 sun rising. Whoops! You are startled at first, but then you notice paths that you did not see before, but coming down them are foes. I have an understanding with the creatures of this forest, so don't worry about me, the woman assures you. We're going to place 2 exploration tokens. We're also going to have to spawn a Fae, because why not? We got to deal with an enemy, and you can see him right behind the archway. After that, we unfortunately don't have anything else that we can do. I wish I had another action. I think I have at least, 2 or 3 more movement, so we'll move 3 more spaces. And then from there, I think we're going to have to end our activation. We'll jump back to that app, hit the end phase. We're at the darkness phase step. We have to resolve infection and terror, but no one has that. Each hero may discard fatigue, but no heroes have fatigue. The only one that had one is Varix, and he got rid of it already by flipping. So we'll simply hit continue. We have our Fae. Our Fae will attack Varix, can move a total of 4, wants to be at a range 3, and attacks for 4 damage. So let's jump back to the board. And remember, they can't be impeded, so they can really go anywhere they want. I'm thinking over there might be the farthest. Yeah, the upper right-hand side. So let's move the Fae all the way over to that corner, and we'll have it attack. That means Varix is going to defend. He defends with an orange die against 4 damage. We'll roll up that die. Let's see what we get. Ooh, we got 2 successes, and I am going to use that advantage, placing 1 fatigue on our weapon. So now we only will take 1 damage. So we'll go down from 8 health, which I'll show here, down to 7. Now let's go back to the app. We'll hit the done button. Oh, wait, don't forget. After the defense, the target either discards 1 focus token or suffers 2 fatigue. We're going to have to suffer the 2 fatigue, and I'll put that on my main player board. Bummer. Your foes search the forest for you. Remove each enemy on a tile that no heroes are on in the map. No, we don't have to worry about that because all the enemies, there's only one. It's on the tile that we're on. But you can see we're going to be jumping around. And so potentially we could try and run away from the foes. They're going to catch up with us. Twisting their arms together, the Fae creates a strange effigy with their hands. Yay. That usually means that they're going to deflect a portion of an attack that we do against them. Not much that I can do about that, but at least we know that it's there. I could avoid attacking them, but I don't think I'm going to do that. We'll just soak it. All right, we're moving back to the hero phase. To start this round, let's go with Galadin. We're going to use his maneuver first. He can maneuver 4 spaces. He's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to be way over here, right behind that archway. You can't really see him. Let's check the app to make sure he has line of sight on that Fae. So we'll hit the button here, click the line of sight button. Yes, he definitely has line of sight to that Fae. He'll then drop 3 fatigue down on his card here to swear vengeance. During your turn, expose an enemy in line of sight. So we'll go here, click on that Fae, and we will put exposed. And remember, why we want to do that is because if we look here at his feet, we have to 5 times any hero attacks an exposed enemy. Well, we still have 2 actions left. Let's go ahead and attack this guy or this Fae twice. We're going to use our Bloodwood Bow, and don't forget that we can spend fatigue on that to add a success after we attack. Also, if that enemy is 3 or more spaces away, we can reduce the ability's cost of this ability by 1. So we can do it probably 2 times. Let's go to the app. We'll drag here, showing we're attacking with the Bloodwood Bow. During the attack, suffer 1 fatigue for each advantage that's converted to a success. Ooh, they've got 30 health. This is going to be a no jokester. He rolls a blue die for the attack, so we do have 1 surge and we have 1 advantage. Do I want to use that advantage because then I have to fatigue something? Why not? Let's use the advantage as a success. So we have 1 success there. You know, the more that I think about it, I think I'm not going to use fatigue for that advantage. Instead, I do have my surge. Add 1 success. So right now I'm at 1 success. You may suffer 1 fatigue to prepare 1 card. Well, I'm going to go ahead and suffer 1 fatigue here so I can prepare this card so I'll be able to flip it for free before my next attack. I'm then going to place 1 fatigue on prowess. After you roll, if I roll a surge, which I did, add a success. So that gives me a total of 2 successes, plus then with this one, I am going to get 3. So I've got 1 from here, 1 from here, and 1 from here. So let's go to the app. 3 successes. Let's see what we get. Ooh, 9 damage. That's pretty good, but it's not his weakness. The Fae folds their hands back as you strike, and you see both of them and a flickering image of Chance before you. The Fae only suffers half the attack's damage. Chance suffers 6 damage. Insight negates. Oh boy. Our insight for Chance is 0. So let's roll our 2 dice and see how much we can negate of damage. We'll roll up our dice, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll take 1 point of damage. That will put us down to only 7, and I don't have to use any of the advantages as successes. We'll jump back to the app. The Fae laugh with glee, dispelling the effigy as they release their hands. Yeah, only 26, so we only hit him for 4 damage. Okay, I think let's attack him again, but not before we flip our player card for free. So we'll use this prepare so we can flip. Galadin's board here provides him an ability that he can spend 1 fatigue during your turn to shift 1 time. Okay, let's see about this attack again. We'll go here using the Bloodwood Bow. Let's attack. Rolling that blue die, and we just have a surge. The surge is not great. All we're going to do is add 1 success, but we can gain 1 fatigue to prepare a card, and I do think I'm going to prepare my Bloodwood Bow. I'm also going to, on my Bloodwood Bow, because we are 3 or farther away, spend a fatigue here so we can add 1 more success. So we have a total of 2 successes for this attack. We'll hit confirm, 4 damage. It's like barely anything, even when it's exposed. All right, that's the end of Galadin's turn. Oh, I do think I'm going to use this prepare token, though, before he ends his turn to flip the Bloodwood Bow into the Mirror Blades, and I love these. You can spend 1 of those surges during your attack, add 2 successes. If there are no heroes adjacent to you, add 3 instead. Oh, yeah. Let's have Varix go next, and the first thing he's going to do is flip his weapon. Now, I might be cheating a little bit here, but I know the Fae's weakness is Crush, unless they change per campaign, which would be kind of insane, but I don't think they have. And also let me get rid of that fatigue. So after that, we'll do our maneuver. We'll maneuver ourselves, 1, 2, right here, and it's time to swing hard on that Fae. Let's jump to the app. We'll go over here, hitting with the Ironthorn Warbell. Don't forget any of those advantages converted to a success. We generate an additional fatigue. How we're going to do this attack is with Fate's Embrace. We're going to spend our final action, attack an enemy. During the attack, add 2 successes. After this attack, flip the card. We're going to roll, and we got 1 success and 1 advantage. I'm going to put the 1 success that we have into the app right now. So we have 1 success. I have an advantage. I'm going to go ahead and place 1 fatigue on Fate's Embrace because it's going to be flipped over. But that also means I have to place an additional fatigue because of that Fae. That's annoying, but it is what it is. That means now I have 2 successes. But then because I attacked with my Fate's Embrace here, I also get 2 more successes. That's going to put us at 4, and then the fun one. We're going to drop 2 more fatigue here, and that says during your attack, add 1 surge. Well, let's do this surge. During your attack, add 2 more successes. So that's 6 successes, and we'd expose the enemy, but he's already exposed. This is going to be awesome. Let's see if he one-shots him. We'll go over to the app. We have our 6 successes, and yeah, we just dealt him 30 damage. That's the way to do it. This is why I like Varix. We'll hit continue. We'll remove that Fae from the board, and then we have to flip the Fate's Embrace. But we've now done all 3 of our actions. What we can do now is quickly check on our feats, and you can see here we're 3 out of 5 for Galadin. Maybe I shouldn't have hit him so hard so we could have gotten all 5, but that was just too much fun not to do. So our final hero to activate is Chance. Let's start his maneuver by doing 1 maneuver point here. We'll jump to the app. Let's drag him over here. You start down this path, hoping it's the right one. And you arrive at a small rocky hollow in the forest, hidden away from prying eyes, even by the standards of this night-choked woods. We'll grab tile 8B. We'll then hit continue. We have a chest. You spot a chest tucked in the shadow of a rocky outcropping. And we have another exploration token. And we'll be placing Chance on one of those 2 spaces on the board. Oh, we have a bandit! Your arrival startles a bandit that had been crouched over the chest. Chance, I thought you'd scampered off. You always gotta get in the way of me getting a decent score. Time for a bit of payback, eh? We'll hit continue, and we'll have to deal with this bandit. We've used 1 movement point and 1 action. We have 3 more movement points. Perfect. Right here. Now, part of me wants to attack that bandit. But remember, if we look at the app, one of my feats is that I need to interact while there are enemies on the map. I'm already at 2 out of 5 on that. Should I interact with that chest? Maybe I can steal it right under his nose. So let's do it. For our final activation, we will go ahead and check out this chest. And unfortunately, we need insight. I was hoping it was going to be agility. An ingenious mechanical puzzle secures the lid on this chest. A shrewd mind could determine the right combinations to open it. Let's see what we can get. We have +0 on our insight roll. Let's give our dice a good roll, and we have 3 successes plus 1, which is 4, and our surge is just 2 straight successes. So that's a total of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I highly doubt that's going to be enough. Oh, it is! The following has been added to your inventory to be used later. 11 herbs, 15 minerals, and some blood spices, as well as 12 gold. We'll hit continue and remove that chest. However, that is also going to mean we're at the end of our activation. Let's hit the end phase and see what happens. We can each discard 1 fatigue. I'm going to have Galadin discard 1 from Prowess. Chance doesn't have any fatigue, and we're going to discard 1 from Varrix's player board. We'll remove 1 from there. And we have this bandit attacking Chance. Go figure. So he's going to try and move 1 space away, attack for 5. Ooh. During this defense, the first time the hero places a fatigue on a card, they also scar it. This bandit will jump 1 space away and will attack for 5. We are the Child of Darkness, and you can see here before your attack or defense, you must flip a shadow card and add 1 success. Well, I was silly and probably should have had this on the shadow side, but I didn't. I had it on the careful side, so I have to leave that. So I have to flip this card. It's still not bad. It gives me 1 auto success, and I'll roll a blue die for defense. We'll roll up our die, and we have a surge, which is just 2 auto successes, which means we'll go from 7 health down to 5. We did not place any fatigue on a card, so no scarring is needed. We'll hit done. Your foes search the forest for you. If there's no heroes in the space, we're going to see that every time. We can ignore that. The bandit crouches low, daggers out, and beckons you forward with a flick of their rusted tips. Ooh. We'll move back to our hero turn, and now it becomes the question, do I attack with chance, or do I try and bring Galadin in to expose that bandit so we can take him out? I'm kind of leaning towards that just so we can get some feats. Let's do it. Why the heck not? We're going to have Galadin take 2 out of his 4 maneuver points to move here. Jumping back to the app, we'll go here. We're going to see if this is the right one. We're going to place here. Oh, you know what, you guys? I forgot that Chance should have had 1 additional action last time. It's all right. I made it a little harder. That's fine by me. So we'll place Galadin out, but that means he still has 2 actions and 2 more movement. We'll move 2 more spaces. 1, 2. Oh, and then it's the question of I'd love to not be adjacent to Chance when I attack that bandit. But I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my first of these 2 actions to flip my hero card. But you know what? Before that, I'm going to place another fatigue on Galadin because I'm going to use this ability. During your turn, shift 1. I'm going to shift myself right here because I am planning on then getting adjacent to the bandit here, and then that way I'm not adjacent to Chance. I'll use one of my 2 remaining actions to simply flip this card, and then I'll drop 3 fatigue on this so that I can expose that bandit. We'll go to the app, and let's see, we will hit the exposed button. And I'm going to pretend that I was smart. This is the hard part about recording. I forgot I only have 1 more action left. So if I'm here, I then can't attack since I have my mirror blades. Let's just use the mirror blades. We're next to the bandit. Let's attack him. Let's give our blue die a good roll here, and we have a surge and a success. So the surge, during your attack, add 2 successes. There is an enemy or a hero next to us. We can't gain the additional success. But then I also have 1 from the die itself. Oh man, it's a little off camera, sorry. So I have a total of 3 successes. So let's go into here using our mirror blades. Oh! Galadin suffers 5 damage, agility negates. The bandit steps forward before you can attack, thrusting a rusted knife. I need to remember to do that before I roll. So I'm going to keep this roll. And let's go ahead and grab 2 dice. Fortunately, my agility is +1. We'll roll these. 1 plus those 4 is 5. Whew. So we negated the attack. Okay. Now, after getting attacked, we can do our total of 3 successes. 2 for the surge, 1 here for 3. So we'll put that in, and we'll hit confirm. That did 12 damage. I'll take that. We'll hit the continue button. Then the enemy is going to shift 2 spaces away from Galadin if possible. The farthest that bandit can move is only 1 space away from Galadin, but I still think he's going to do it. Next, Chance is going to go. So we will have him use his maneuver. He'll move 1, 2, and let's have him attack this time. Before we attack, let's do it on the app. Let's see if he gets attacked back. Yes, he does. His agility will negate the attack, so let's jump to our dice tray. Fortunately for us, we have +2, and we'll roll both of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we were ready for that bandit. Makes sense for Chance. Let's roll our blue die. Okay, we just have 2 straight successes. I think that might be enough. I could spend 2 fatigue if I have a shadow card. I actually don't have a shadow card right now. So I'm simply just going to take the 2 successes and put them in. Let's see, that should be 6 damage. Oh, 7, there we go. And that will be it for that bandit. We'll remove this. The following has been added to your inventory to be used later. 6 cloth and a guardsman grip recipe. And we'll remove the bandit from the board. The bandit's limp body hits the dirt. You see a creased sheet of paper tucked into his cloak. It's a note, apparently addressed to Muck for Brains, with the following underlined several times. The inseparable brothers are both filthy liars. Okay. Hit continue. Oh, look at this. You see how this is lit up? That means we've completed a feat. Yes. So we can hit this is completed, and now we can choose a new one. And you can see up here, this tells us that the Twilight Arrow recipe is now available to us. Oh, that's so cool. All right, we have activate a sight token or deal damage to blood witches or berserkers with your attack. Oh, that's 25 amounts of damage. I don't think I'm going to see a lot of blood witches. I don't actually know about the sight tokens either, though, but let's do the sight token one for now. We'll then click off of this, and now let's see. We still have one more action for Chance. We have that objective token right there, so let's jump to the app. We'll go ahead and check this one out. Oh, that's going to push us back to the beginning tile. Your journey in the dark eventually leads you to familiar ground. Place your hero on the highlighted space, then you may perform an additional action. Seems like it was still important for us to do, but it didn't get us anywhere. And actually, Galadin's going to have to do that because it's the only way that we're going to get back to that main tile. So I still have an action. I'm going to do a maneuver, but I can't interact with this token until next turn. Varix will be last to go then. Varix will start off by using 2 out of his 3 movement to move here, and then I think he's just going to do a couple prepare actions. He has 2 fatigue on this side, and I don't love the Destiny Calls ability, so I'm going to flip this, and I'm going to flip his hero sheet. That's going to be his 2 actions. I think that's better than checking out that token and having an enemy spawn, and he won't be able to do anything about it. So we're going to simply do that to end the phase. We'll hit the end phase button. We'll go to the darkness phase. We can discard 1 fatigue. Galadin will discard 1 fatigue that's on his card. Chance doesn't have any. Oh, and Varix has 1 on his Iron Thorn Warbell that he'll remove. So now the only one that has fatigue is Galadin, and that's 2 on his hero board. We'll hit continue. Beautiful. See, no enemies out. I think that was a good idea. Let's start with Varix this time and see what that token is. So I'm actually going to stay right in the app. We're going to grab him, and we're going to drag him right. Oops, I missed it. Right to here, and let's see what we have. One last thing, Ocella calls after you. I've heard the outlaws whispering. Light from the sun points the way at the lone tree. Okay. You start down the path, hoping it's the right one. Yeah, okay, 16B and 5B. We'll hit continue. We've got 2 trees. 2 trees stand in a clearing, their roots and branches intertwined from growing side by side for years. We'll hit continue. Oh, we've got 3 exploration tokens. We'll then hit continue. Oh, and just, 2 enemies, a zealot and a bandit. Do you see why? I'm so glad I did not have Varix go in there. We'll hit continue. Oh boy, we emerge way over there. You emerge from the dark and narrow path into a somewhat overgrown clearing. Place your hero in the highlighted space, then we essentially get our action back, so we still have all 3 actions, 1 which can be a move. We'll hit continue, and then what I really want to know, depending upon where I want to place Varix, I want to see line of sight. If I go here, yes, you can see just on the other side of the tree. But then I'm hitting the zealot. Oh, okay. It's never a good idea to go for the zealot when there's other enemies on the board, because every time you attack them and you don't kill them, they add +2 damage to some random enemy. And that can get really brutal. But I don't think I can get around to that bandit, and so I might just have to go for him. Let's see what we want to do. Our options are as follows. We could go 1, 2, and then 3. And then if only I had my Riverwatch spear, I could hit the bandit. But no, I only have my crushing iron warbell. So I'm actually thinking, let's just do it. We'll soak the attack. Come on, 1, 2. We're going to move right here. We can attack through those trees, so why the heck not? It's also a really good time to do this because we have Fate's Embrace. So let's jump to the app. Let's go ahead and grab Varix. We'll go to the Zealot. We'll grab the Iron Warbell. I'm going to pop 2 successes in there right now because we have that from Fate's Embrace. Now let's roll and see what we get. Let's roll up our die. Oh, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. A surge and a success. So I'll pop the 3rd success into our app right now. And our surge, we can use this. So during our attack, add 2 successes and expose the enemy. So we'll hit 2 more on here for 5, and we will expose the enemy. Let's hit confirm. 18 damage. Way to go, Varix. Okay, that does mean we have to flip that card, though. So we'll go from having this awesome Fate's Embrace back to the, okay, Destiny's Call. I do still have 1 more action, and you know what? Why the heck not? Let's go back to the app. Let's see if we can take them out. We're not going to get the 2 additional successes, but let's see how much damage we can do. We'll roll up that blue die, and we got another surge and success. So that means we can do 3 successes, because we can use that surge as 2 successes, plus the 1 on the die. So 1, 2, 3, and we'll hit confirm. How much is that going to do? That's 12 damage. Do you see why I like Varix? Varix is awesome. We're going to hit continue, and we just took out that zealot before it was even able to attack anyone. Now, it may have randomly increased the attack of that bandit. We won't know until the enemy phase. We got some gold and some Fortunos. Next, let's have Chance go, and this sounds kind of funny, but I really want him to go to do some interacting while there's enemies on the board. So his first action is he's going to interact with this token. We'll hit continue. He is going to be placed onto that one with the archway. We will hit continue. We get an extra action, so it's like we never did that. From there, we will do our first maneuver using 2 out of the 4 of our maneuver points, and then interacting with this objective token. And that is going to move us to the same area as Varix, and we get an action back. So we'll still have 2 actions left and 2 movements left. We'll place Chance right here, and then we'll go and hit continue, and I believe that will have just completed our next feat. Yes. So we go here, we can see it says completed because we have interacted while there were enemies on the board. So we'll hit this. Let's see what we want to do now. Interact with a piece of terrain that no hero has interacted with before, or open a chest. Ooh, I think I'm going to do Prowler first. Opening a chest. Yeah, I'm going to do this one first. Chance still has that 2 movement, so he's going to move 1 here, I think, and then he'll leave that extra movement. And let's go ahead and check out that tree. So we will drag and drop here. The tree is closely entwined with the one next to it. Of the 2, this one looks somewhat older and more steadfast. The branches seem to have been trimmed, so one is much longer than the other. We can either climb the tree, follow the largest branch. We could, should we first get some stuff? I know the foraging will get us stuff. Picking the fruit will likely heal us. We might need some healing, actually. We only have 5 health remaining. Let's follow the largest branch first. Oh. The largest branch of this tree is pointing towards this path leading out of the clearing. You may perform an additional action. Okay, well, let's then, because we still have 2 actions, so let's now go ahead and forage the plants. Nice, we got some items, metal and herbs. And then for our final action, we'll go here and let's climb the tree. You may prepare 2 cards. Ooh, cool. Let's hit continue. Let's go ahead and prepare both our Shadow Gauntlet and Careful. Now, I have not played Chance a lot, actually at all, because Barrett has always played Chance, and I forgot that at the end of his turn, if there are no enemies within 3 spaces, we could have flipped this. So I'm going to flip this, and that would have happened last round. So we have this ability, and it's a shadow card, and now we have a shadow card here, and I do think what I'm going to do is use my prepare here to flip this. So now I have 2 shadow cards, and this one I can take an action to swap spaces with another hero within 5 spaces of you. Finally, we'll move to Galadin. Galadin will use 1 of his 4 movement points, and then his first action to interact here. That will allow him to gain 1 additional action, so it's like that never happened. He has 3 movement left. He'll show up here. He'll use 2 out of the 3 movement to move here, and then use that action to then interact here to hit continue. That's going to get him to the archway space. We'll place him here, and he has 1 more action, or 1 more movement, I should say, to move here. He still has 2 actions. Unfortunately, he's going to have to use 1 of those to move 1 and then interact with that token so we can continue moving. He will move to the tile that we're all on, getting that action back. So he has 3 movement remaining on that tile with 2 actions left. Yeah, this one's a little bit convoluted with all the actions. We'll place him here. He still has 3 movement. He'll move 1, 2, 3. He's still not close enough. Galadin has 2 actions remaining. I think he will use his first one to move right next to that bandit. And the second one, let's go ahead and attack with our Mirror Blade. We'll jump to the app. Let's make sure he doesn't do anything. We'll hit the Mirror Blades. No, he doesn't. These Mirror Blades are not piercing, which is the weakness of the bandit, but that's okay. They're still awesome. Okay, we have a Surge. So our Surge here will give us 3 successes because there's no heroes adjacent to us. That's kind of what I wanted. Let's see how much we do. We just dealt him 8 damage. I'll take that. Then he's going to move 2 spaces away from us. That'll mean he'll jump 1, 2, all the way over to here. We'll then end the phase. Let's see what our darkness step is. First, we can remove that fatigue. I think the only one that has 1 is Galadin. He had 2 on his player board. It's now down to 1. Let's hit continue, and this bandit's going to go for chance, and it's attacking for 8. That's what I told you. Oh my gosh, at a range of 2. Well, I'm not sure if he'd have line of sight here, but I know for sure he'd have line of sight here. So I'm going to have him jump here, and he's going to attack chance for, what was that? 8. Yes, 8. This is what I was saying about those zealots. They can be brutal. But for your attack or defense, you must flip a shadow card. I'm going to flip Disguise over, and that's going to add 1 success. So we're now getting hit for only 7. We'll then roll our blue die here, and we have a Surge if we hadn't had a Surge. Oh my gosh. So we are getting hit for 7 damage. That's going to give us 2 more successes because of our ability. That's 5. Then we're going to place 2 fatigue on here, which does mean we're going to have to scar it. But I'll take that. During your defense, add 1 success. So that means we're going to take 4 damage only. And that's good because we have 5 health left. So that's going to put us all the way down to 1 health. Yeah, you can get one-shotted really quick with that. You hear what sounds like the call of a wren, and then a dart shoots out from somewhere among the trees. Each hero on tile 5B or 16B suffers 7 damage. Agility negates. Each hero suffers 1 or more damage. Also suffers 1 fatigue. Yeah, this is probably going to kill Chance. Chance does have +2 to his agility, so I just need to roll a 5 or higher. And I roll a 6. Oh my gosh, that was ridiculous. Okay, next is Varric's. Varric's agility is 0, so it's going to be whatever I roll here. And I roll 5, so he's going to take 2 damage. That's going to put him down to 5 health. And then we'll place 1 fatigue on our Ironthorn Warbell. And then finally, we have Galadin. Galadin has +1 to his agility. And we'll roll, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he'll simply take 1 point of damage, and he'll put 1 fatigue onto his main card. So he's down to 8 health. He didn't even feel that. 8 health, and now he has 2 fatigue on his main card. Boy, that was fun. Hit continue. Your foes will search for you. We only have 1 foe, that blasted bandit, and it's in our space. The bandit crouches low, daggers out, and beckons you forward with a flick of their rusted tips. Ugh. Okay, who wants to take this blasted guy out? I know who wants to do it. It's going to be Chance. And the first thing he's going to do for a free action, he's going to get rid of this Shadow Claw Gauntlet. And instead, he's going to bring out the Thorn Tip Knives. That's just because it's piercing, and we know that the bandit is weak to pierce. Now let's attack him. We also have range, so we don't have to move. Let's do it. Before we do that, though, we have to remember that we have this. We need to flip this for 1 auto success. Let's go to the app. We will grab Chance. We'll use him using the Thorn Tip Knives. Awesome. See, I was worried that if we got adjacent to him based on that flavor text, he might try and attack us back first. This way, we are attacking range. He doesn't have a chance. So let's roll our blue die. We'll give it a roll, and we have a surge and a success. That's 3 successes. 1, 2, 3. We're also, just in case this doesn't take him out, going to fatigue this card. During your attack, afflict the enemy as well. So jumping back to the app, we'll hit Afflicted. What Afflicted does is at the beginning of the darkness phase, that enemy suffers 4 damage. So it's just going to auto-kill the bandit. We'll hit Confirm. Yeah, we only dealt him 8 damage, but we can totally ignore him. He'll kill himself later. So he's going to try and move 2 spaces away from Chance, and then he's going to die from his wounds during his turn. Our second action, we're going to interact with that tree because you know what I'm going to do. We're going to pick the fruit. That's going to allow us to heal 2. That'll have us move from 1 health up to 3. Thank goodness. And I'm going to probably hope that Varix can help us as well. Our final action for the turn has to be a maneuver, and we're simply going to move 1, 2 right here next to this tree so we can interact with that next time. Okay, after we have Chance go, let's have Varix go. This won't even take an action. We're just going to drop 2 fatigue here. During your turn, you or an adjacent hero heals 2 health. So we're going to heal Chance up to 5. Also, because I keep forgetting, Chance is not within range 3 of any enemies. So we're going to flip this back over to the Child of Darkness side. I want that extra success when we attack or defend. Varix still has his 3 actions. I think he's going to simply move 1, 2, 3. For his first action, and then 1 here. We'll jump back to the app, and let's check this one out that the tree was pointing at. And we see, soon you are trudging through knee-high undergrowth. You plant your foot when suddenly you are swept off your feet by a trap. He's walked through so many traps. Before you can react, you are dangling upside down in a net hanging from a tree. Test Might 6. If you have a weapon with a slash, no, we don't have a slash. We have a crush weapon, and our might is -1. We'll subtract 1 success from this roll. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. That can be a success for 5. Oh, and that's awesome. I can discard this scar condition that's on Chance. So we have 5 successes, but then we reduce it down to 4. So that would be a fail. Let's see, we have to suffer 2 fatigue. Try as you might, the net is too sturdy for you to easily escape. After what feels like hours, you finally free yourself. So let's suffer 2 fatigue. And then we're placed back at the beginning space on this tile. We have more than enough space to simply place that fatigue here. We'll place our mini right here, and we do get 1 additional action. You know what we're going to do? That Destiny Call, we're going to flip it back over to the Fate's Embrace. That's all we're going to do. And, oh, we still do have 2 movement. So I think I might move 1, 2. Yeah, we're going to be right up next to that bandit, waiting for him to die, so we can get over to this objective token. Galadin is going to be the final one to go this round. Galadin is also next to one of these objective tokens, so let's jump to the app, and let's bring him over here for his first action. Let's see if this is the right one. No, it's not. Soon you are trudging through the same thing. We have to test our might. Let's see, we do have a weapon with slash, so we do have 1 success, and his might is +1. So actually, we only need a 4 or higher to pass on this. We'll give our dice a roll, and we have 1. That will be a success, and 2 more. That's a success. We also can, with that surge, we can suffer 1 fatigue to then prepare 1 card. And yeah, we're definitely going to do that. We're going to suffer a fatigue on our main player card or player board, and we're going to prepare our main player board. So we're going to be able to flip that for free. Gosh, I like that. And that's a pass. You free yourself from the net with relative effort. Relatively little effort. Yeah, tell Varix that. He's done that twice and failed. We're going to go back here, and then we basically get that action back, right where Varix was. That bandit really got into our way. Why did I put him over there? Why would he jump over there? And he's dying, but I don't want to waste actions on him. So instead, Galadin, who now has all 3 of his actions left, he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 for action 1. Action 2, he'll move 1, 2 to put himself next to the bandit, but also next to the final objective token. And let's do for our second action, which we'll likely get back. Check that one out in the app. We'll hit continue, and what's this going to give us? 9B and 2B. We'll hit continue. We've got a tree and a barricade. A lone tree stands at a fork in the path. Ooh, remember there was something about that lone tree. You can see something shining from the upper branches. Place 1 barricade and 1 tree. We'll hit continue, and we've got 2 more exploration tokens. We'll hit continue, and of course we do have a Fae. We don't have a crush weapon. Where's Varix? We'll hit that continue button. You reach a place in the woods where the path is worn a little wider. Place your hero here and we can perform an additional action. So we should have 2 more movement and 1 action that we can use to attack. We'll hit continue and we're ready to go. We may not be able to defeat that Fae, but with 2 movement, 1 and 2, we should be able to get right to here and attack that Fae no problem. We'll jump to the app. We will grab 30 health with 2 armor. Oof. We'll grab Galadin. We're using our mirror blades. Let's see what we want to do. First things first, before our attack, we'll use our free prepare here. That means we're all set up and ready to go for our attack. Let's grab our mirror blades. We'll roll our blue die here, and that's awesome. That's 3 successes. And I think we'll use a fatigue here. It says after you roll, if you've rolled a surge, add 1 success. So we'll drop one fatigue here. That's 4 total successes. That is awesome. Going to that app, we didn't convert any of the advantages to successes. We'll hit confirm, 10 damage. That's still, that's pretty good, but it still has 20 health left. Ouch. That will end the hero phase. We'll hit end phase, and let's see what we get. The first thing is removing fatigue. I'm going to remove 1 from prowess, and I'm going to remove 1 from Varix's main card, and I'm going to remove 1. Let's see. Yeah, let's remove 1 from careful, just in case. We'll then hit continue. The bandit just died. That's the best part of having the affliction ability is you can, as long as it's there at the end of the round, you can just assume that enemy is done. Of course, it has to have 4 health or less to be done. We'll hit continue. That Fae, though, it's definitely not going to attack Varix. It's going to attack Galadin, getting within range 3, attacking for 4. I'm going to play this Fae like it's really annoying. 1, 2, 3. It's going to go on the other side of this barracks. So we're going to have to actually get over there to attack it. 1, 2, 3, attacking for 3. However, if I go to a range attack, since it's adjacent to this, it'll take +1 damage. Ooh, so is that what it will do? Well, we're going to say it is. It's going to attack Galadin from there. Galadin will roll a blue die for defense. We just get, you can't see that, a surge. The surge, we can have 1 success, so we're actually going to take 3 damage. So he's at 8, 7, 6, 5. He's now down to 5. However, we can suffer 1 fatigue to place 1 prepare on a card. We're definitely going to do that. We'll suffer the fatigue on our main card, so we can place a prepare token onto our mirror blades, so that way we can flip to our bow to be able to attack that Fae. We'll then hit the done button. After the defense, the target either discards 1 focus or suffers 2 fatigue. Ooh, so I'm going to have to take 2 fatigue. I'm going to take 1 on the mirror blades and 1 on our main player board. Hitting that done button, let's see. An eerie darkness curls around the trees, and you could swear you feel something breathing down your neck. Each hero on here tests will 7. Each hero who fails terrifies a card. Galadin's will is 0, so he might be having to terrify a card. We'll give our dice a roll here. He's got 6. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. Unfortunately, he's going to have to terrify a card, but that's okay. Let's terrify our mirror blades. We're going to flip it anyways, so no problem there. We'll hit continue, and then we're going to have to deal with the agility test here. So that means both Varix and Chance will have to do this test. Let's start with Varix. Varix has +0, so we'll roll these up. That's 1, 2. We can use 2 fatigue to potentially get a total of 6. So we only take 1 damage and 1 fatigue. To convert those 2 successes so we only take 1 damage, I'm going to place 1 here, and I'm going to have to place 1 here. Then I'm going to have to place a fatigue onto our Ironthorn Warhammer or Warbell here, because we're also taking 1 damage. That's also going to put us down to 4 total health. Yeah, we're all going to get wounded pretty soon, I think. Chance only needs 5 successes to negate. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll drop 1 fatigue on Careful so that we have a total of 5, plus our 2 for regular agility. That's 7. We take no damage, so no additional fatigue. Let's hit continue. We don't have to worry about enemies moving. Oh, that Fae, it's going to attack us back. That's annoying. We'll go to the hero phase. For this turn, let's start with Chance. Let's check out this other tree. So the first thing I think we're going to do is forage for plants, but I should read this. The tree is closely intertwined with the one next to it. Of the 2, this one looks somewhat younger and more vibrant. The branches seem to have been trimmed, so one is much longer than the others. We will forage so we get some items. Oh, we found an Umbros, and some herbs. So that was action 1. Action 2, do we need the healing? Nah, we don't need the healing. We could climb the tree. You know what? I'm actually thinking, let's not do that. So you can hit that arrow to go back. I don't need the healing. I already know which one of these tokens we need to go to, and I believe that tree would have told us that. So I'm just going to forego doing anything else here. I'm instead going to do a maneuver, 1, 2, 3, to maneuver here. Our final action will check out this objective token. And of course, we know what's going to happen. We're going to gain an additional action and move to that new tile. We do have 1 more movement, so we're going to move next to that tree, and that's what I wanted to do, is have him interact with that tree first. So final action will interact with that tree. Do we want to forage, climb the tree, or pick the fruit? The tree has round green fruit on the lower branches, plants and mushrooms growing up outside, and a sturdy trunk you could climb. He's going to be the best climbing the tree. You definitely swing up the branches and find yourself with a great vantage point. You can prepare 2 cards. We'll prepare Careful and our thorn tip knives. Let's hit continue. Oh, you find mirrors of all shapes and sizes hung from the upper branches of a tree. A lantern hangs from the sturdiest branch, fixed in place with a nail and a chain so that it can only be rotated slightly. After lighting the lantern, you see that if light falls on a round golden mirror or a small crescent-shaped silver mirror. Let's do the crescent mirror and see what we get. You angle the lantern's light towards the crescent mirror. The light reflects into a pair of small mist-shapen mirrors, filling the treetop with light before bouncing again on a broad mirror that might have been pilfered from someone's wardrobe. Finally, the beam of light illuminates a path into the forest. Shining the lantern on the crescent mirror illuminates this path. We're going to do Galadin next, I think. I want to check line of sight quick. So let's hit that line of sight button. He's standing here. We can definitely see that Fae. Awesome. We're going to start off our turn then by using our free prepare, and we're going to place out our Bloodwood bow. We're then going to go to the app. We're going to drag so that we can attack with the Bloodwood bow, and let's roll to see how much damage we can do. Remember, because it's next to that barricade, we get +1 success. So we already have 1 success. We will make that for 2 successes. We'll spend 1 fatigue here on this to make it 3 successes. And then we'll place... Oh, no, we can't do that. We're just going to do 3 successes for this attack. And we'll hit continue. That only did 4 damage, you guys. And then, of course, the Fae folds their hands back as you strike, and you see both of them flickering an image of Chance. Chance has to get attacked for 6 damage. Insight will negate. Let's see. His insight is +0, so let's just roll our dice up. 3 + 2 is 5. And this is a negate, not a defense. So I think we're just going to soak that final damage, having Chance going down to 4. Ouch. We'll hit continue. And those blasted Fae, what are they at now? They still have 18 health. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Still doesn't make me happy. Let's try a second attack. Yeah, we're the only one that has a ranged weapon right now. So yeah, let's do our second attack with a Bloodwood bow. We have 1 auto success. We're going to roll this up. Man, that's going to give us a second success. I'll put a fatigue right here for our 3rd success. So we've got 3 more. And we dealt him 4 damage. Ooh, move the enemy 2 spaces towards you. The enemy is dazed. That's kind of cool. I'm not entirely sure how this works, but we're going to take it like this. 1, 2. It's going to move right to here. And he's dazed, or the Fae is dazed, so hopefully that will help Varix when Varix tries to take it out. Galadin has one more movement that he can do. He can't do any more actions. And I think the only movement he's going to do is just to move one space right here to get out of the way for Varix to take him out. All right, Varix, you're going to be the last one to go. First movement, and then we'll jump back to the app. We will have you interact with this token. You're going to move over there, and then we still have 2 more movement and 2 more regular actions. We'll place you right here. You have 2 more movement. We'll move to here. We are so close. I still think it's worth it, though. We're going to spend 1 additional action to move 1 space here. We now are going to attack that Fae, but we do have our Iron Thorn Warbell. It does have 14 total health, so I do think we're going to use Fate's Embrace. So we'll go and grab Varix. We'll use the Warbell. We have 2 auto successes. Let's roll for more damage. And actually, what am I saying? It's next to a barricade. 3 auto successes. We'll roll this up. That is awesome. That's 4 successes plus that surge will give us 2 more. And we are going to expose the enemy as well. So we'll go here, hit expose. 29 damage. Each other enemy suffers damage equal. Wow, that would be amazing if there's other enemies out. Boy, that ringing haft is awesome. We'll hit continue. We took that Fae out, got some bone and feather. I will totally take that. Oh, and that's a feat. Oh, that's a weakness attack, isn't it? Yes, we've completed that. So now we have to choose one. Okay. Call of Repentance. Deal damage to Harbingers and Centurions with your Warbell. Resolve an enemy activation without any hero being wounded. Definitely this one. That'll end this turn. Let's hit the end phase button. We have to resolve our Terror. We can all discard 1 fatigue. Galadin will grab 1 from his main player board. Chance is going to grab 1 from the Thorn Tip Knives. And Varix will grab 1 from his main player board. Currently, no one has Infection or Terror, but that's going to change really soon because we're all going to have to deal with a will test. So let's start with Galadin. Galadin's will right now is 0, so he has to roll for 7 successes. That is not going to be likely. Let's see. He gets 4, so he's definitely going to terrify a card. He's going to terrify his Bloodwood Bow, as I think we'll probably switch that. Let's go to Chance next. Chance has will -1, so there's pretty much no chance. 3, 6, -1 is 5, but that's not a problem. He is going to terrify Thorn Tip Knives, but we'll be able to flip that for free. The only one that has a chance here is Varix. Varix has a +2, so he only needs 5 successes here. He rolls 3, 4, 5 with no problem, so we're done there. We don't have to worry about anything there, and we'll go to the next hero phase. Let's start off this round with Galadin again. He will check out this objective token, hit continue. Oh, we found another tile, tile 12B. From here, we'll hit continue. Oh, near a ridge, you see an old well, strangely out of place so deep in the forest. As if to confirm your suspicions that this well has more than meets the eye, several bandits climb out of it just as you arrive. Place 1 barricade, a tall pillar, and a well. We'll hit continue. We have a zealot and a bandit. I thought they were both bandits. We've got our 2 enemies. Oh, we've got another bandit. The last bandit out of the well looks the most formidable. He easily spots you in the shadows. Heard the furball might cause trouble. He slams a metal lid down over the well, locks it, and deftly pockets the key. Nobody told us to rough him up a bit, but nobody told us not to either, the other bandits chuckle. Chance recognizes the lock's make a formidable lock crafted by a master at bypassing such devices. He cannot help but think of the days he spent learning to pick such locks, with each success met not with praise but with yet a harder mechanism and a warning not to get too proud of his skills. He can tell at a glance that this lock is a kind beyond what he'd be able to break. The key is the only way. All right, get the key to the well. The well before you must be the entrance to the Outlaw's hideout. You just need to get inside. Place your hero on the highlighted space, then we perform an additional action. Awesome, so it's like we haven't even taken an action yet. Looking here, we've got ourselves 2 bandits and a zealot. We're definitely not attacking that zealot until the end. I do not want him powering up his buddies to make insane attacks. So right now, we're within range 1, 2, 3, 4 of that bandit. They are weak to pierce. We've got our Bloodwood bow. Why don't we go ahead and attack the main bandit right off the get-go? So going back to the app, we'll click on him. We'll hit the Bloodwood bow. Okay, he doesn't have any effect. Let's attack him. We'll use that blue die for the attack, and we have a surge and a success. Our surge, we can use add 1 success, then you may suffer 1 fatigue to prepare a card. I will definitely do that. So I am going to put a fatigue onto my main card so I can put one of these prepare tokens onto my Bloodwood bow. Then I have 1 success for another just generalist success, and then I'm going to use prowess here, and I'm going to place 1 fatigue on here to gain another success. So I have 3 successes. We'll pop that into the app, and let's see, 7 damage. Move the enemy 2 spaces towards you, then the enemy is dazed. Awesome. So this means he's going to stay right where he is, but he's dazed. So normally he'd move forward and back, but because he's going to stay where he is, let's just do this again. We're going to attack him a second time with the Bloodwood bow. Okay, he doesn't do anything. We'll roll up, and we have just a surge. Bummer. That's just going to be 1 success. I don't see anything else that we can do. We'll just hit confirm. Bummer, that only did 1 point of damage, and then he's going to shift 2 spaces away from us. And of course, I'm terrible. I have this barricade right next to him. I should have added additional successes. So I'm going to give myself this by going to the app. I'm going to go here, hit with the Bloodwood bow, and do 2 more successes because each attack should have given us that. We'll hit confirm. All right, we did 5 damage. I'm not going to have him move towards us, though. He was already dazed, so that doesn't matter. He has 7 health. We'll jump back to the board. He'll move at least, I would say, to here, hiding behind this zealot. It's going, what the heck? What am I getting attacked with? Then Galadin still has his movement, so I'm going to have him move 1, 2, 3, 4 right over here. He then is most certainly going to take his Bloodwood bow and flip it to the mirror blades. I love it. Let's do Varix next, so we'll jump back to the app. He's going to do this for a free action interacting with this token. That's going to get him in the same space, or that same tile, and he gets that action back, so it's like he did nothing. With 2 enemies weak to pierce, he's going to spend his first action flipping his weapon to the Riverwatch Spear. Then with his second action, he's going to move 1, 2, 3. He's here within 2 spaces of that bandit. We can, with reach, attack within 2 spaces. So let's go ahead and attack that bandit with the Riverwatch Spear. So jumping back to the app, we'll click the Riverwatch Spear and let's see what we get. We'll give our die a roll. And we have a surge and a success. I think that's going to work. With our surge, we can use the ability of our Riverwatch Spear to add 2 successes, and we're going to enfeeble the enemy. So we'll hit enfeeble here. Then we have the 1 regular success from the die itself. So that's 3 successes. Let's hit confirm. That's 10 damage. Yeah, that bandit is toast. Your foe has dropped valuable items. The following has been added to your inventory: a plate of the Bloodstone. Ooh, that sounds kind of cool. You retrieve the key off the fallen bandit. You can get into the hideout via the well now and hopefully find the stolen supplies. All right, let's do it. But first, we got to deal with 2 more enemies. Chance is last to go. He'll move 1 here, and then he will interact in the app. We'll move him over here. That'll mean he'll get his extra action, and he still has 3 movement points left. Well, I feel like the best bet is for me to simply move here and stop there. I know I'm next to that barricade, but I can at least hit him for 1 good attack. Before I do that attack, let's use this prepare token. So careful turns into disguise, and it's now a shadow card. We'll go back to the app. We will drag over here to attack the bandit using our thorn tip knives. We have 1 auto success right off the bat because we have to use our Child of Darkness, and that means we're going to flip this disguise, which is a shadow card, to add 1 success. We'll then roll our blue die for our attack. We have advantage, and we have a surge. The surge is 2 successes. We're definitely going to put that 1 fatigue on our main player board for a total of 3 successes. Plus that 1 from before, that's 4. And then we're going to place a fatigue on here for sure, so we can also afflict him, which will mean he'll take 4 points of damage at the end of his turn. So let's see if that'll be enough. We'll hit him. Oh, he goes down to 6 health. So even with afflicted, he won't die. I was hoping that he would. He will now shift 2 away from the hero. And I would say because he's shifting and trying to get out of line of sight, he's going to go 1, 2, and shift behind here, which means we do not have line of sight to him. For a free action then, we're definitely going to flip this one into our Shadow Claw Gauntlets because I don't want to deal with that terror. We're then going to use our invisibility potion here. And remember, these consumables, if we don't use it during the scenario, we can't use it at all. So that's the reason why I'm deciding I just want to use it. During your turn, shift 2. Until the end of this round, you cannot be the target of enemy activations. We're going to shift ourselves 1, 2, right next to that bandit. Come on, let's take him out. We'll go back to the app. We'll go to him. We'll use the Shadow Claw Gauntlet. We get 1 automatic success because of the Child of Darkness card here, but then we have to flip this card. We'll roll that blue die up. We have 1 success there, plus we'll drop 1 fatigue on our player board. That's for 2. During your attack, if you have a shadow card, I don't anymore, so that's just 2 successes, plus the 1 that's 3. That should be more than enough, especially with the afflicted status. Yeah, that actually kills him. 8 damage. He's done. The only thing that's left now is that Zealot. We're then going to use our On the Prowl here, so we can shift 1. Then at the end of our turn, we're going to have no enemies within 3 spaces of us, so we can flip this back to the other side. We're going to move ourselves right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where the Zealot is, so that's why we could go back to the Child of Darkness. All right, now let's go to the Darkness phase. We can all remove 1 fatigue and deal with any terror. Nobody has any terror. We're going to remove 1 from Galadin's prowess, and Varix just has 1 on his player board, so we're going to remove that. Then we'll hit continue, and that Zealot's going to attack Varix, because of course, why not? A range of 3, an attack of 3, and if he does not roll that surge, he has to infect a hero card. He wants to be at range 3. Right now he's range 2, so he's simply going to take 1 step back this way. 1, 2, 3, range 3. He doesn't get the +1 attack because we're not adjacent to that barricade. And I did that on purpose. So he'll attack for 4 damage. Our orange die is used for defense for Varix. He rolls, he gets 2 successes, so he'll take 2 damage. He's down to 2 health. Oh boy. We'll then hit the done button. We have nothing we need to worry about there. No one's on that tile. Your foes search the forest. We only have 1 enemy out. The Zealot screams an alien incantation, foreign but for a single name, Galadin. All right, hero phase. Let's start with Galadin this time. He'll use 1 movement to move here, and now he can attack twice with his mirror blades. We'll grab his portrait, go here. He's attacking with the mirror blades. And it's going to give 2 damage to a random enemy. Well, that's going to be him, but hopefully we're going to take him out. 27 health, though. This is going to be interesting. Let's roll our blue die. We have a surge, so that can be 3 successes, and we can drop 1 of these on here for 4, plus that barricade is next to it, so 5. 5 successes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was a hit. That was 20 damage, and that's his weakness, his slash. Why don't we do that again, huh? Why not? So we'll do that. We'll grab the mirror blades. Let's grab this die, roll it up. We have 1 success and 1 advantage. So with that advantage, I'll drop a fatigue onto prowess. And so that means we can have 2 total successes there, plus the 1 from the barricade. That's 3. Hit confirm, 10 damage. That Zealot is gone. The following has been added to your inventory: 3 cloth and 1 umbros. Awesome. Let's look at our feats quick and just see how we're doing. Resolve an enemy activation. Yeah, we did that. Interact with a piece of terrain that no one has interacted with before. And we haven't had any side tokens. Okay. Not gonna lie, that was kind of awesome. What an attack coming from behind. Oh, sometimes this game. I love the advantages with having the specific enemy or damage types. Yeah, it's really cool. All right, we're going to do Chance next. Chance is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 right up to the well. Then we're going to go and interact with that well. So go here. You insert the ornate key into the lock and turn. You feel far more pieces than you are used to click into place as you do. Then the lock pops off the metal cover of the well. You open the well and peer down. A ladder extends down the narrow opening, but you can see a faint light at the bottom. Descending will have to be done 1 person at a time and will leave you vulnerable. You shouldn't go down until everyone is ready to go or while there are still enemies nearby. A hero may climb down the ladder if there are no enemies on tile B. Yeah, we're going to climb down the ladder. No problem. 1 by 1, you descend down the ladder. continue. Oh, we're removing everything. And now we're going to go to tile 12A. After this, we can hit continue. Okay, we've got crates and chests line the walls of the storeroom, and stairs lead up onto what seems to be an older stone section of the room. We're going to place a chest, a lectern, a shelf, a staircase, and 2 explore tokens. We'll then hit continue. Oh, the stone ledge wraps around the lower part of the storeroom. The stonework looks decidedly older than the rest of the storeroom. A gate closes off the top of the only staircase, affording access to the higher level. Place tile 14A, 1 gate, and 3 tall pillars. We'll then hit continue. Up here we have 1 chest and 1 explore token. The upper ledge is lined with more crates and chests. Probably more stuff that was stolen from those refugees. We'll hit continue. And we have coils of rope sit in a corner, probably for securing large loads. We'll hit continue. The loot should be here, Chance murmurs as he looks around the room. Then his tail droops, and he holds his breath a moment. This is where they keep the supplies that have been stolen. Chance casts a sidelong glance at the crates and slinks along the edge of the room. Something's not right here. Place the heroes in the highlighted space. Let's hit continue. Search for the stolen supplies, 0 out of 2. We're all set up in this secret hideout. I'd love to check this stuff out, but it's Chance's turn. He's done a move. He's done 1 interact. He can only do another interact. We have this lectern here. Let's see. Can we interact with that? Yeah, why not? A heavy tome is there. We'll interact with that. A heavy tome sits open on a lectern. The volume's broad pages are full with neatly scribed writing and illuminated diagrams. Perhaps some of the knowledge within could prove worthwhile. We'll read. The book is a treatise of the beliefs and philosophies of Kelos, the red-handed god whose fire burns away foul and tainted magic. The author makes a few salient observations that are themselves inspiring, with or without faith in Kelos. The following's been added to your inventory to be used later. Ooh, we've got some Ignos. Awesome. So the only one that's left now to activate is Varix. Let's see, we could interact with this crate, or we could do this one. It's a logic puzzle. Ooh, a shrewd mind. I think I might go for that chest. So let's have him do the chest. So Varix will spend his first 2 maneuver points to move here. And then let's go to the app. Let's go ahead and check out that treasure chest. Insight, perfect. Our insight is a +1. I was hoping it was will, but +1. We usually need 7 successes, it seems. So let's see what we can get. Let's roll up those dice and look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. +1 is 6. I think I am, just to make sure, going to drop 2 fatigue on Destiny's Call to make that 8. So that's 8 successes. That should work for unlocking that chest. Oh yeah, we found minerals, herbs, curos, and a Northwood stock recipe. Who's that for? Okay, that's for our dwarf. Let's hit continue. You reach into a strange shadow under an old cloth, biting cold nips at your fingers, but you do not withdraw your hand until you find the treasure within. The following has been added to your inventory to be used later. A hooked hammer. That's probably also for our dwarf. Awesome. Hopefully Barrett can get some of these things and really make his dwarf awesome for that scenario. We can do one more interaction. Let's check out these crates. You open the crate, you find it mostly empty, but there's a few useful things you can collect. We will hit continue. We found leather, umbros, and wow, 51 gold. I'll take that. Okay, hit continue. There's still a lot to explore here, but we have to end our turn, so we'll hit the end phase. We'll go to that darkness phase. No one has infection or terror. We're going to have Galadin discard a fatigue from prowess. Chance doesn't have any fatigue, and we'll do 1 from Destiny's Call for Varix. That's our only fatigue we had on him as well. We will then hit continue. No enemies. Okay, so I think we're definitely going to start off with Chance, because I want Chance to interact with everything first if possible. Because if we look at our feats here, we only have to do it 1 more time, and then we're going to get sleight of hand, shifty skill. So let's first have Chance check out this bookshelf. 1, 2, 3 movement to come next to this bookshelf. We'll then do our first interaction. Let's do books, bottles, or baubles. I always love trying to decide this. Let's do baubles. Each hero may discard 1 condition token. Okay. Oh, but you know what? That's going to finish our feat. So let's hit continue. Attack 2 different enemies with your knives during one round, or open a chest. Oh, there's a chest here. So let's do open a chest. Then let's go ahead and do this a second time, and let's search the bottles. Oh, we've gained an antidote potion. Let's grab that. During your turn, you or an adjacent hero discards up to 3 conditions. Cool. We'll hit continue, and I believe we had 1, 2, 3, one more movement. I think I'm simply going to move out of this corner for 4. All right, now let's do Varix since he's standing next to that supplies. So we'll go back to the app. Let's check this out. There's a few useful things. 39 gold, metal, and cloth. Yeah, a few useful things. We'll hit continue. Varix opens another crate marked with Frothrin's emblem, and with a crack and a hiss, a pungent miasma pours forth from it. It's a trap, of course it is. As the smoke starts to clear, a line of bandits has appeared on the ledge, crossbows at the ready. Spawn the following enemies. Oh, that's over there. Okay, we're going to spawn 1 bandit sniper. Let's hit continue. We've got another bandit sniper right behind the iron door. We'll hit continue. Oh, and why don't we place a third one, a yellow bandit sniper? A voice cuts through the confusion. Chance, you've returned. A man steps into view, clad in a dark cloak and leather armor. You had me absolutely worried sick, you know. Chance feels an icy hand grip his insides and twist. You called me ungrateful, meow. Chance mutters. You called me hopeless, meow. I did no such thing, the man says. His attention turns to the rest of the party, as if, with those few words, all is mended. But where are my manners? I am the famed outlaw prince, master thief, brilliant strategist, champion of the downtrodden. He laughs jovially, but the sound has a sinister undertone. He didn't tell you, did he? I took Chance in when no one else would. I taught him everything he knows. Chance's fur bristles with each word. He's pulled off more than a few impressive heists, and now he's brought you to me. I know that's a lot to lay upon your doormat, but I'm very proud. He looks back at Chance and snaps his fingers. Now, Chance, relieve them of their weapons, if you please. Chance quivers, his ears pinned back. Then, in a small voice, he says, No. Chance chooses either to defy the outlaw prince or tell the others the outlaw prince is lying. I feel like he's still more independent than trustworthy. I'm not listening to you anymore, meow. Chance hisses quietly. He realizes he's holding one of his throwing knives very, very tightly. Then the words start to pour out. You only care about me when it serves you. You'll just hate me again the next time I fail. Meow. You'll never stop using me if I don't stop you. The outlaw prince looks bewildered by Chance's defiance, but he only wears that emotion for a moment. Oh, dear stupid Chance, he says, shaking his head as he pulls a lever set into the wall. Oh yay. A mechanism in the floor grinds into motion, and the floorboards jolt downward. Then the floor comes out from under them entirely. Remove tile 12A and all terrain tiles and tokens and figures on it. We'll hit continue. Place 1 tall pillar so that way this thing doesn't fall over. Hit continue. We now need to place a spike underlay. The floor slopes downward, revealing a pit full of spikes beneath. The incline is too severe to stop the party from falling. The bookshelf smashes into a ruined heap of wood leaning against one wall of the pit, its contents spilled across the floor. Place 1 spike underlay and 2 explore tokens. Though the others are caught off guard, Chance's exceptional reflexes give him a moment to act. He could leap to the safety of the ledge. Maybe from there he could find a way to help the rest of his party out of the pit. But getting out of the pit will require exceptional agility, which Chance has in spades. He could probably push a companion safely onto the ledge if he accepts falling into the pit. He chooses, springs to safety. Almost without thinking, Chance leaps to the raised ledge. He lands deftly on the smooth stone. Chance flings the knives he's holding at the outlaw prince. The prince knocks it from the air with a startling precision. His bandits' cronies impose themselves between Chance and the prince. Place Chance on the highlighted space. Chance may prepare 1 card. We're definitely going to prepare our careful card so we can flip that to gain another shadow card. Place each hero not on the map on the highlighted spaces. We'll then hit continue. Remember, if a hero or enemy moves into a spiked space, they become impeded and suffer 2 damage. So basically, you move 1 time, you'll stop moving, and you'll take 2 damage. Ouch. we'll hit continue. Maybe next time, Chance, the Outlaw Prince says, but just for you, a memento. He holds up a lock, not unlike the one that sealed the well. He slips through the gate and clamps the lock onto it. I have the only key. I hope you've gotten better. And then the Outlaw Prince is gone and out of sight. You better believe he's gotten better, Prince. Okay, escape the Outlaw's Prince's trap, and that's our final objective. So it seems to me we have a bit of a conundrum. Let's not forget, let's jump to the app. So remember, if we move on the spikes, we have to stop moving after 1 space and we take 2 damage. Well, don't forget, Varix only has 2 health. Galadin only has 5. We have here books that had occupied shelves are strewn about on the splintered wreckage. And over here, the bookshelf fell into the pit with you and smashed on the spikes. Some parts look sturdy enough to climb. Especially for the agile. Well, Galadin isn't super agile. Now, remember, we had a rope over here, and Chance is right there. I love it because he was standing there. It's like he jumped up. But that's covered by 2 bandits, and it's not Chance's turn. The only one that has not gone is Galadin. So I have a couple options. I could flip to his Bloodwood bow and just take a couple shots. Well, actually, just 1. Ugh, that doesn't seem worth it. Maybe let's see if we can get up. So do we want to do books? No, we have some sort of agility. However, for us to get to here, we're going to have to suffer 2 damage to walk over there. But I don't know what else we're going to do. So for our maneuver, we're going to maneuver over here. And that's all of our maneuver points. And we're going to suffer 2 points of damage, going down to 3 health from 5. Then, for our first interaction, let's interact with this. Yeah, the bookshelf fell into the pit with you and smashed on the spikes. Some parts look sturdy enough to climb. We just need to do an agility 6 test. We have an agility +1, so that means we only need to get 5 successes for this roll. Let's see if we can do it. We'll roll them up here. Oh, look at that. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. +1 is 5, so we can take 1 fatigue. We're going to drop that fatigue on our prowess for 6, and we're going to hit pass. Nice. Stepping carefully, you climb the remains of the bookshelf until you can grip the edge of the ledge above. Edge of the ledge. Place your hero on the highlighted space. If you cannot, place your hero as close to the highlighted spaces as possible. No, we definitely can. We basically just climbed ourselves up to right here. And with that, we still have 1 more action. Oh, we can also ready a card. I need to read the whole thing. You may ready 1 card. I didn't know what ready was, and what's really nice, you have this full glossary here. So I looked up ready action. The ready action allows a hero to flip a card that is in their play area. To perform the ready action, a hero performs the following steps in order. Choose a card, remove the tokens, and flip the card over. So we can ready a card. I've got my mirror blades, which are pretty awesome, but these guys are all weak to pierce, not slash. So do I want to flip over to the Bloodwood bow? No, I like the mirror blades better. I think I'm going to ready my hero board so I'm on the other side of Swear Vengeance. Yeah, and I think I'm going to use that Swear Vengeance right now. So that means I'm going to use 3 fatigue, and I am going to expose an enemy in line of sight. And I'm going to expose that orange one that's right in front of us. So we'll go to this orange one, and we'll just hit the exposed button. That means now, with our final attack, we can attack him with our mirror blades. We'll roll up our die, and we have a surge and a success. That surge will give us 3 successes because no heroes are adjacent to us. +1 is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see how much we do. We just dealt him 15 damage. We just took him out. Oh, yeah. That is Galadin right there. Jumps out, climbs up a bookshelf, takes out his mirror blades, looks at this guy because he's pissed that he just got dropped into here, and just takes him out. I love it. Okay, with that, though, we're going to have to end the phase. Boy, that was awesome. We're moving to that darkness phase. We can discard fatigue. Varix will discard 1 from Destiny's Call, and Galadin will discard 1 from prowess. Then from there, we'll hit continue. Yeah, now it's going to be fun. So what's important about these activations, I think, it says here, during this activation, this enemy will not leave tile 14A. So they're not going to jump into the pit to try and attack us. This yellow one is going to attack Varix at a range of 5. However, if we look here, he is impeded by Galadin. So he'll take 1 step back, and that's all he'll do, but he can definitely hit Varix for 5 damage. I don't think this is going to be good. He only has 2 health. Yeah, so he has 2 successes. Someone could discard a condition. No one has a condition. He takes 3 damage. That means we'll jump back to the app. We are going to move and click him to say wound hero. Yes, he's going to grab the hesitant injury. Well, that's the same one we had last time. So that says after you flip a card, suffer 1 fatigue. I don't want to. We'll hit continue. We'll then also go back up to 8 total health. Then we'll go to the next activation. Oh, that's it. The other guy's not going to attack, I guess. I feel like Galadin is still ready to rock here. So let's start with Galadin again. I think his goal is he's going to attack this bandit 1 time and then check out these ropes, maybe to throw them down to Varix so Varix can climb up and have some fun for his activation. So let's do the attack first, then we'll do the interaction. So let's go to the app. We will drag him, and that's the yellow one. We're going to attack with the Mirror Blades, and let's see what we're going to do for damage. We'll roll up our blue die. That is amazing. We have 3 + 1, which is 4 successes. We are also going to use our prowess here. We will add another success with that fatigue. That's 5 successes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, Galadin. How much damage can you do here? Oh, what about 15 damage? What about you just take out the second bandit sniper like it's nobody's business? This guy is a beast. With 2 bandits gone, Galadin is going to look to see how he can help Varix. He's kind of pissed at Chance. So I don't think he's going to help Chance right now. He's going to try and help Varix. So let's drag him over here, and let's see. You grab a long coil of rope and throw it down into the pit. You test to make sure it will support someone's weight. It holds fast. Hit continue. The rope hangs down into the pit, offering anyone down there an easy way out. Yeah, let's see. Oh, yes, we are going to have Varix adjacent to that. Awesome. We'll hit continue, and then we'll have Galadin move himself 1, 2 to get out of the way. And actually, I have a better idea. This seems kind of crazy, but I'm simply going to have Galadin end his movement here, because then we're going to do Chance. Chance is going to flip for free his Careful card, and instead he's going to use Disguise. He's going to spend 1 action, swap spaces with another hero within 5 spaces of you, then flip this card. So it takes an action, but he's going to swap spaces. I could do Varix, but I think I'm going to do Galadin because I think Varix will be able to get out of the pits. We're doing this because we want to be able to check out that chest. Galadin might not love it, but we know that Chance does. So let's jump back to that app, do our second action, and we're going to check out this chest, and we need agility. Perfect. We already have 2 successes from our player board, so we only need 6 or 5 or 6 more to make it successful. Can Chance open up that chest? Oh, that looks great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the 2 is 7, and I will use 1 fatigue here for 8. The 2 is from that surge. I'll put this onto our player board, so we'll put 8 successes into the app. We've confirmed we've done that. Look at all that beautiful stuff. Barrett can use that in the town phase. Our final hero then to activate is going to be our wounded Varix. He's pissed. He's real pissed. He's going to go here. You get a solid grip on the rope and climb out of the pit. Place your hero in one of these spaces. We're going to climb up that rope, place ourselves right here, and I think I was supposed to get rid of that token. Sorry. Then for action 2, you know what we're going to do? We're going to flip our Destiny Call over to Fate's Embrace, and then action 3, we have a reach. And of course, I knocked Varix and Chance off of the board. Sorry about that. But the last thing we were going to do is attack using Fate's Embrace, using our Riverwatch spear that has a reach so we can hit this bandit. Yeah, this is going to be fun. I do have to remember to fatigue a card, though. I'm going to fatigue this one because of our hesitant since we flipped a card. But let's go here to the app. We will attack with our Riverwatch spear. We automatically have 2 successes. Let's give our blue die a good roll. Wow, that's awesome. That's going to give us 2 more successes. Actually, 3 more. 2 more for the surge plus the 1 from here. And we'll go ahead and enfeeble the this enemy. We'll hit confirm. And we just dealt him 19 damage. Talk about an awesome way to end this game. Just one-shotted all 3 enemies. Wow, that was pretty dang cool. So then we'll hit the end phase. We'll go to the darkness step. Can discard fatigue. I'll discard 1 from the mirror blades, 1 from the Riverwatch spear, and 1 from Chance's player card. Okay, we'll hit continue. The pungent smoke spreads throughout the room and claws at your throat and eyes. Each hero infects a card. We'll each infect our main card. That's all right. I don't think we're going to have to deal with any issues with that. I think we're just about done. We just need to unlock that gate. We'll hit continue. Let's go to the hero phase. And you know who we're going to do this with, Chance. Chance will move 1, 2, 3 right here. He'll go ahead and then drag and drop. Yeah, we need an agility test. The gate through which the Outlaw Prince escaped must lead outside. A large, complicated lock, like the one that had sealed the well, keeps it closed. Chance's tail twitches erratically. This lock is the most baroque mechanism he's ever seen, crafted by the Outlaw Prince, a master thief himself. But finding the key to this lock is not an option, since the prince has it. Chance doesn't know if he can overcome the mechanism, but he has to try. I've just got this feeling. I think he's going to be able to do it. What do you guys think? Let's give our 2 black dice a roll. That's 3, 4, 5, plus 2 is 7. So I'll put 7 in here. The lock holds fast. The miasma continues to fill the room, reminding Chance that there's little time to save himself and his new friends. All right, we can focus a card. I'll go ahead and focus our main card just because I'm going to do this a second time. We'll hit continue. We will interact with it again. Let's do our test. We'll grab our 2 dice, and we have 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 2 is 8. That's going to give us 8 more successes. That should do it. Chance has nearly given up when he hears a click inside the lock, and abruptly it comes free. He'd bypassed every mechanism, every tumbler, every trick the Outlaw Prince might have built into the lock. He's done it. Come on, everyone, meow. The way out is open, he shouts to the others. The gate leads to the outside. You need only to go through it, but you should not leave anyone behind. If all heroes are on tile 14A and no enemies are on tile 14A, you can escape through the gate. Yeah, escape. The party runs up several flights of stairs and through the now deserted hideout. By the time they emerged outside, gasping for fresh air, the Outlaw Prince and the rest of his band are long gone. At least the party has recovered what remained of the stolen supplies, and with this hideout abandoned, it will probably be some time before the Outlaw Prince can trouble Forthryn again. We'll hit continue.
We did it!
Chance's fur stands on end. His tail lashes back and forth. I'm so sorry. I should have told you. Told me, It was not difficult to figure out. You used to work for this Outlaw Prince. Now you do not. We all have pasts, sins. It seems you've already started trying to atone for yours. So you, forgive me? You led us into a trap and nearly got us killed. Oh, but you did it to save innocent lives. If only all my mistakes were made for such noble reasons. Tell me, when did you change your mind? When did you turn away from the prince? When he had to seize these supplies, food, blankets, things refugees need. I thought, well, only the bad guys would do something like that. You're not a bad guy, Chance. Why don't you come back to Frostgate with us? I'm sure Bryn won't mind. I think I will. Thank you. And look at this. We have completed the quest. Look at all this stuff we got. And yeah, this took me 3 hours and 14 minutes. Much faster when Barrett isn't here. We'll see how long it takes him to record. Oh, I love this. All right, we'll hit continue. And we're walking along, going back to Frosthaven. About time, a distant voice yells from the forest to your left. Now, get over here. You proceed carefully and eventually find a weathered skull hanging from the lowest branch of a diseased oak. Oh, I love this thing. No need to stare, it chides. We're all doing the best we can. Look, I know what you're up to. All the killing and stuff. Take me along. Keep me by your side. I've got lots of insight into this kind of stuff. It senses your hesitance. If you don't want my help, fine. But at least don't leave me here. Put me on a shelf for all I care. I'm just sick of this forest. The following has been added to your inventory to use later. An undying skull. Oh, I love it. They do a pretty good job with the flavor text. I mean, some things are okay, some things are great. I called it Frosthaven, you guys. It's Frostgate. Frostgate. As the heroes approach Bryn's house, Galadin pauses and stares at an arrow stuck in the gate. That looks like one of your arrows, Galadin. Did you shoot Bryn's gate? Why would you shoot Bryn's gate? It's a message arrow, not one of mine. At Galadin's touch, a delicate paper scroll unfurls from around the arrow shaft and falls into his hands. He reads the delicate script with a scowl. Well, it's from another demon hunter I know. She's been an adventurer in Terranoth for years, actually, but she has some of the same training I do. If it's personal, you don't have to share. It's not. She wants my assistance in a hunt nearby. Powerful Uthuk monster. Could it be related to the Necrawl? Either way, I'm going. A new quest has been added to the map. We'll hit continue. An event has appeared in the city. Events can also appear in the campaign map. That's kind of cool. Okay, from here, I'm going to stop. That was great. That was quest 2. I'm going to save this and let Bernt take the next town phase, and then he'll do the next quest. And we'll bounce back and forth like that for as long as we want to do this campaign, and you guys are interested in it. If you liked this video, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell symbol, all those things that Bernt always tells you guys, and I need you all to meet me at the table.